The average estate sale in St. Louis, the revenue is between $3,000 and $5,000. That's what the stuff sells for in the house. The cost to put that on, $3,000 to $5,000. So is Dad's stuff worth nothing? I would argue it's worth less than nothing because of the time it took to get it to zero. Do you see what I'm saying?
Categorize it.
Well, it just took time, right?
Yeah.
It kept you away from mom's money. They're trying to unlock that equity in the house. Now, the senior living industry, they just want you to show up with a bag of cash. They don't want you to show up with a house that you need to sell. And so we help the senior industry. We help daughter Judy. And then the easy part is us, the real estate investor. We're dreaming of these type of deals. And there's 5 reasons why that I feel like that these are the best deals. And I would be happy to take the Pepsi challenge with any other type of lead source out there. I really believe when I say that these are the best leads. They need to sell the house versus want to. So there's no heavy lifting on convincing them that it's the time to sell. They have 100% equity in these houses almost always.
Really?
About 85% of the time. They're always a house, even if they've been taken care of, that are kind of grandma clean. They're kind of dated. They're not really ready for the market. So as a real estate investor, I'm always looking for a house that I can add value to. The fourth thing is that there's less competition. It's usually me versus a realtor, not me versus the Steve Trang trained people of the world, thank goodness. It's just me versus the realtor who's trying to make them do something they don't want to do anyway.
Right.
They don't want to rehab. They want to sell it to me. And then the fifth thing is it's a warm referral from someone that they're getting advice from for their mother. Think about that. If me and you went to Albuquerque right now, we'd throw out on Facebook, where's the best place to eat in Albuquerque? Well, we would do that because we trust others' opinions. Well, if me and you are brothers and we're getting advice from like a placement agent about mom's end-of-life care, when that person says, hey, I've got a guy or girl that can come in and buy this house the way it is, you don't have to do anything, I trust him, I work with him all the time, do you think we're going to give that person a chance?
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So if you can show up halfway competent, you can buy a lot of houses when you have these relationships built with the right stakeholders in senior living.
Got it. So we don't have to go through the whole process.
Okay.
But what would be the first step? If I said, all right, I'm listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Great.
What's the first thing I need to do?
To reach out to me or in real life, like rubber meets the road to go out and do it?
Rubber meets the road.
I'm here to say people listening right now are probably thinking, hey, there's that senior living community in my neighborhood. I'm going to stop in today and put my hand out and say, I'm Bob, the real estate investor, and I want to buy houses from old people moving into senior living.
Because I had that thought. I was actually, I went to urgent care. I think my daughter got stung by a scorpion or something.
Oh, wow.
Right?
The desert,
and, yeah. And so I went there. I was like, oh, there's this retirement magazine. It's like, okay, let's check this out. So I picked that up while we're in the emergency room, kind of thumbing through it. And it's like, oh, here's all the assisted living facilities.
Yep.
And so like I had this on my to-do list, I think probably like a year and a half now.
Right.
Like I need to go visit one of these.
You do. But that's not the right way to do it.
But I'm learning now.
No.
That would not have been the best use of my time.
It wasn't the right way to do it before COVID, and it's definitely not the right way to do it after COVID.
Got it.
Trying not to give my secret sauces away, right, too much with this, but how you do it is by meeting them where they're at, which is not on site. Waiting for them to network in a way to where they want to be found, figuring out a way to be collaborative in a space where they want to network with others. That exists out there in the senior living world.
Where we're learning about incontinence.
Where we learn about incontinence. So if you can't sit through those things, it's going to be a rough go.
So it's not parking outside the assisted living facility.
Please do that, listeners. No, I'm just playing. No, if you do that, you will not have the success you're wanting.
Yeah.
It's not that way. And people have said, what about direct mail? I've done direct mail. You know, in St. Louis, there's 250 communities. There's not enough. That direct mail gets put in a round file on the ground. Yeah. I've not had success there either. And so I teach people how to find the right stakeholders, where to find them, what to say, what not to say. I got to stress that for real estate investors. Guys, what not to say is more important than what to say, because each one of these relationships you can build can give you 5 to 10 deals a year, each person. So how many people do you want to make relationships with?
So great referral source.
Bluntly, I think it's the best because it's not trendy or sexy what I do. People will continue to get old in every city. They'll continue to look for advice. My favorite stat in the industry right now, 70% of Americans over the age of 65 will live in some sort of assisted care before they pass away. So when people tell me my senior living thing is a nice little niche, I always laugh because I say, do you ever work probates? And they're like, oh, I love probates. And by the way, probates are my second favorite leads, but let me tell you why these pre-probate deals are exponentially better. is because if mom's already passed, you and I are trying to sell the house because what's in it for us. That money's for us now, right? With pre-probate, when mom moves into senior living, we don't care. That money's going to go into mom's account until it's gone. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like, we're different mindset.
Completely different mindset, right? And so the size of the industry, daughter Judy right now going through this with her parents, the people in their 60s are being smarter and better at life planning, wills, trust, those things. The older generation thought it was morbid to talk about those things.
Right. It's a very uncomfortable topic still.
They don't do it.
Yeah.
And so that's why there's probates. But keep in mind, guys, if 7 out of 10 need to sell their house before they pass away, the small little niche is actually probate. Mm-hmm. It's not what I do. It is the probate is the small niche. Right. This is a giant. It's called the silver tsunami. It's bigger than anyone's prepared for. It's huge. It can be something you can build a real estate business around for the next 10 to 20 years if you want to take the time and effort to build the relationships right the first time. Yeah, that's how valuable it is to you guys.
I'm wondering in Phoenix, because how many people retire here?
It's one of the best. It's a mecca.
Yeah, so maybe we need to take that one seriously.